Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So for today's video, I'm actually going to be taking you through my 1 year rhinoplasty recovery journey. Hello everybody, get comfy, take a seat, make a coffee, make a tea, have your dinner. We're going to be having a little bit of a story time, and I'm also going to be answering a load of your questions as well. So for those of you who don't know, I actually did have rhinoplasty surgery around December 2020. Therefore my recovery was actually throughout the whole of 2021. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have the greatest start to the recovery. I'm gonna be specifically guiding you through what happened to me personally after I had the cast off. So after I had the cast off, I actually had these like saline strips just on my nose here, which I wasn't actually expecting. I kept them on for around about, I think it was a week, but that is to help all of the swelling here. When I first looked at my nose, I will not lie to you, I did not like it. I did and I didn't. I did because there was a difference, but to me, I was just like, oh, I could still see like little bits of imperfections. When it comes to the recovery, it can take a whole year for your swelling to go down, and I was just lightly pressing around my nose and like I couldn't feel any bone just here. And then I got COVID. I got it really mild, so I'm quite blessed for that. But I got COVID straight into a cold. And when I tell you, my nose just went... It didn't explode, but it literally was huge, absolutely huge. Because when your body's fighting a lot of infections and when you've got a cold, things in your body do naturally swell. Everything just went straight to my nose. So like for me personally, I could see a lump. The lump was back, which was my biggest insecurity. It's the whole reason why I got rhinoplasty in the first place. I'll be entering some pictures just so you can see what my nose looked like before, and I was just really self-conscious about the bump. What I actually did is Maya gave me like an emergency out of hours numbers, and I was just like, I think it was about 10 o'clock at night, and I think I emailed them or I phoned them and left a message. They phoned me back the next day, and it was actually from one of the Maya nurses. She was lovely. She really reassured me. She was like, Laura, you literally have COVID and a cold. What else are you really expecting? She said your nose is probably really swollen, and she said that's absolutely normal. That will happen. That will happen for the first around about 6 months, 4 to 6 months. Your nose, when you get a cold, you'll see it swell, go down, swell, go down, swell, go down. So I was like, okay, that's fine. After about 6 months, it really settled. So now when I get a cold, I don't really see much swelling around here that isn't normal. When I first started posting the fact that I actually had my nose done, let's not beat around the bush a bit, I got so many questions about the process and the healing and does it hurt, and Maya in general, because I actually went through a company called Maya who are absolutely brilliant. So I've got a load of questions here, and I asked a load on my Instagram the other day, so thank you to everybody who sent in your questions. We're going to go through all of them now. The first question is, where do I start? Okay, so I would definitely say research companies, research your surgeon or surgeons, or if you're not happy, question the things. Just write down so many questions. The more questions that you have, the more that they can answer, the more that it will put your mind at ease. Have the phone calls, have the first consultations. Sometimes first consultations can be free. My first consultation was a virtual consultation, so that was completely free. Jump on Instagram and jump on Facebook, especially for my patients. I'm not too sure if that's the same for different companies, but a lot of my patients have a journey on Instagram, and it's so good to just message people and just say, hi, I'm looking to get this done. What was your journey like? Who did you go with? What sort of price did you have? Like, ask other people, because they will be honest and they will tell you. Do you know what I mean? So definitely get researching. Ask on Instagram, ask on Facebook, because that's what I did, and it definitely helped me. Is there a set price? So with Maya, no, because, well, I don't think so anyway, because every single person is completely different. Your face is completely different from everybody else. Correct me if I'm wrong, not everyone is going to be having the exact same surgery. They kind of give you a bit of a bracket of what you're looking at, and obviously it could be the low end, it could be the high end. Basically, they give you a little bit of a kind of go to, if that makes sense. And then it's not until you see your actual surgeon, and then your surgeon analyzes your face and then writes down everything that is going to be done, that they will then go away and work out the price. It's really, really personalized to you, and that's the one thing that I absolutely loved. What is the Maya Aftercare like? Now, I won't lie to you, when I was having a look on reviews about Maya as a company, their aftercare was hit or miss. Some people were saying it's amazing, they really looked after them, they felt really cared for, and other people were saying they literally didn't hear from them again. I was a little bit skeptical, but for me personally, I couldn't fault them. I really, really couldn't. They gave me every single phone number that I needed. They called me a couple days into my recovery just to see how I was getting on and see if there was any complications. They made sure that I didn't have any infections and all of the stitches were okay. There's like a 6-month checkup that you have with your actual surgeon, so he can see all of the healing, how it looks in your face, if you're happy, if you're not happy, you can answer any of your questions. So the Maya Aftercare was really, really good. Coffee break, coffee break. Next question. Are the nasal pack removals as bad as people say they are? I won't lie to you, so when I was researching and I was watching a load of other different vlogs and everything like that, I was petrified about getting these nasal packs out. And then when it came to the time, I was really worried, because everything, I don't know how to say this without it sounding gross. If you're a little bit grossed out, please skip like a minute, but everything still feels a little bit wet. I was so nervous about if they were going to pull it out and it would pull on a bit of dried blood, which would pull on a stitch, which would hurt, which would be really uncomfortable. I think it is more like 24 hours that you have them in your nose. You just want them out because you can't breathe through your nose. You can only breathe through your mouth, and your mouth is already drier after being under the anesthetic. So when they removed them, they did them both at the same time, thank goodness. Literally like sticking 2 tampons up your nose, like as gross as it sounds, and literally just pull them out. And I personally closed my eyes because it helped me relax. I thought if I see all of that blood, I just closed my eyes and let them do it. They took the bowl straight away, they cleaned it all up, and you felt so much cleaner, so much fresher. And it's just like, it's 2 seconds. 2 seconds and it's done. So please don't work yourself up too much about it. It's uncomfortable, it's not painful, it's just a little bit ugh. Next question that we have was it completely pain-free or painful? So again, I can only speak on my personal experience. I'm gonna be honest with you, didn't feel a thing, an actual thing. Nothing was painful, nothing was sore. Like obviously the bruising under my eyes was personally quite bad, but I know that I literally bruised like a peach, so I was expecting it. Just get yourself some arnica cream, just apply it under here, and it will really help to relieve the bruising. But in terms of my actual nose, no pain. Obviously you need to be really, really careful of it. So I did accidentally knock my nose in like the first 3 weeks of having my cast off. Won't lie to you, hurt like a bitch, and I did cry, and I thought I'd really like done some damage, but it's fine, it's fine. My surgeon, which was Dr. Slater, amazing man by the way, changed my life, thank you so much. He did say that you might lose a little bit of sensation, or it might feel like really, really numb on the tip of your nose, and that's completely fine. Like all of that will revert back to normal. For me personally, no pain. What exactly did you have done? I had a bump, and for me personally, I didn't like it. It was a massive insecurity of mine, so I really wanted that filed down so I'd have a nice little ski slope of a nose. I didn't want it to be too dramatic, and thankfully my surgeon did agree. He was like, we're not going extreme here, we're literally going to get rid of the bump. So he said if I touch anything to this, I am going to have to bring it like in here and then like around here as well, so that everything's nice and symmetrical on my face. So I was like, okay, you know what you're doing, I trust you. I think that's a massive thing as well. You must have trust in your surgeon, that they know what you want and that you know that they can achieve the results that you are looking for. At what point did you feel fully recovered? That's a really interesting question, because everyone's journey is incredibly different, and mine was definitely delayed in the healing process because I got a really awful cold and also COVID. I would say around about the 6 to 7 month mark, that's when I started to feel a little bit less I need to protect my nose, put it in bubble wrap at all costs. I felt a lot more comfortable with my nose. All of the swelling was really going down. Between the 8th month mark to a year was when I was like, it feels great, it feels really good. I could like scrunch my nose fully, like, because when I first had it done, I won't lie to you, it felt like I had a massive facelift and Botox, because I like couldn't, I'll insert the clips here of me trying to do it, but like I couldn't raise my eyebrows or like scrunch my nose like that or anything, because everything was still quite numb and obviously like tampered with. I can't move my forehead, I'm like... What would you say was the worst part? The apprehension, like, and the anticipation, and the what does it look like, I just want to look at it. The worst part is definitely patience, especially if you're like me and you have zero patience. Torture, absolute torture. How long did it take for the swelling to go down? So it kind of takes like a full year, but I really noticed a difference between about the 6th month mark. But again, even like pictures that I took at the 6th month mark to the year, there's such a difference in there as well. Really wait a full year. I know that sounds like incredibly long, but you do see the journey through it. But really wait like a full year so that you can really see the difference in it. Oh, Charlotte, that's really lovely. Amazing result. Who was your surgeon? Thank you so much. I am incredibly happy with my nose. So my surgeon was Dr. Slater. He was amazing. He made me feel like I could trust him. I literally put all of my faith in him, because like I said in my previous video, it's not like you get a catalogue of noses and then you just pick one and then you go, that's the one I want. You really have to work with your surgeon and like communicate with them, and then they will be able to advise whether that's achievable or if you have really unrealistic expectations as well. He was there throughout the whole surgery. He came to see me afterwards. He was like, you a trooper. It went really, really well. You're gonna be so happy with it. Like, I just know it. And when he said that, I was like, okay, I trust you. Like, I trust you. That was it. That's just reminded me. I think I saw him at the 6th month mark, and then when it was a year as well. So I saw him twice, and then he took photos and everything and just made sure that everything was looking like nice on my face. So yeah, it's the 6th month mark and then also the 1 year mark. Pricing. A lot of people have turned around and said that they're not in the position to get it done, but they really want to get it done, and how did I finance it, or how do other people finance it? And let me tell you, I totally appreciate and understand where you're coming from. I contacted mine years ago, like back in 2016, 17. I didn't have the funding at all for it, and it absolutely broke my heart. I went all the way into London to see them, to have a consultation and everything. I was super excited, but then the reality of the price of it, it does hit, and it does hit home. And I won't lie to you, it is expensive, but of course it is, because think about everything that you're having done. And with Maya as well, to kind of incorporate everything into one sum for you, so there's like no hidden fees, no weird aftercare fees, no weird antibiotic fees. Like, they just put everything that you would need, bam, into one sum for you. Mine does actually have a funding scheme that you can contact, and you can say, this is my position, and it's a little bit like getting finance. I decided to go with my bank because they could actually offer me a much better deal through a credit card. And between that time of 2017 and 2020, I've been saving and saving and saving and saving and saving. So I managed to pay just over half of it out of my savings, and then the other half I paid on a credit card. It just depends. And like, I saw some people say that their nose surgeries was about £3,000 to £4,500. Some people were a bit more in the upper range of about £8,000. That's where you really see the range, depending on what you personally want to get done, and then what your surgeon will do for you as well. Last question, and I really wanted to end with this one because it's definitely one that came up a lot. I've wanted a nose job all my life, but my family say it will change my face too much. I would definitely say, you like, do it for you. Do it for you and no one else but you. I know that that's like really difficult because you love your family, you cherish their opinion, and you don't want them to be against something. I was nervous about it changing my face. I really, really was. But if you listen to the surgeon, and if you say to them, because I said I don't want a dramatic change, I don't want it to change me, or I don't want it to change who I am. And when I look at myself front on, I don't really think, I'll get a picture up, that I look that different. It's more the sides. because that's where I was insecure about. You're still you and it still looks like you. It's just refining a little feature on your face that you're insecure about. So I would definitely say, if it's something you want to go for, get all of the research, get all of your family's questions in hand, and just say, look, I'm really confident that it's not going to change me, or it's not going to change my face, and that I'm not going to look dramatically different. Or take them along with you, take them along to the consultation so that they can ask questions as well. I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching today's video. I can't believe that it's been like over a year now since I had my rhinoplasty, and one thing I will say, that it's changed. Is it really like really dramatic to say that it's changed my life? But it kind of has, because my confidence is just absolutely skyrocketed. I couldn't thank Maya enough, and my consultant at the time, who was Amy, and my surgeon, who was Dr. Slater. Like, everyone there at the team were just absolutely fantastic. Also, a bit of a disclaimer as well, I don't want this video to be like super encouraging to, yeah, go and get it, and you absolutely have to do exactly what I did and go with Dr. Slater and go with Maya. Like, take your own journey with it. So everybody, I hope that you really enjoyed watching today's video. If you did, make sure to hit the big like button. Also make sure to hit that big red subscribe button down below. Come and join the family over here. We'd absolutely love to have you. If you guys have any more questions about rhinoplasty, I'm going to leave my Instagram link just down below. Pop in my DMs, they're always open, and I'll try and get back to you, as many of you as I possibly can. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next Sunday for a brand new video. Bye!